But Shrinking, I was talking about that show. It's good.
Congratulations.
It's very good. Harrison Ford has said it's one of the most rewarding things he's ever done as an actor.
Jason Segel in that one?
Jason Segel, Harrison Ford. Very well written, really well done. It's funny. It's
Can you hand me that popcorn?
dramedy, of course. And but I love that Harrison Ford, one of the biggest movie stars in cinematic history, is finding stimulation for his thespianatic bone in Shrinking.
I find the opposite. I can't get a bone when I'm shrinking. Am I right? Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Reacts. I'm Corbin.
I'm Harrison Ford.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, more juicy content. Thank you to support some Patreon folks who comes to
Although I will say, it's funny, but it's a little distracting. Because when he talks to Jason Segel, he'll say, "Hey, kid."
What are we doing?
Talking about Harrison Ford and Shrinking.
Ah, yes. Now, today we got a, this is a video with actually Suryah, 5 favorite actors.
Suryah.
The guy with the brilliant eyes.
Yep.
The main
Antagonist.
In him and, what's his name from Hindi? Munabai. What's his name?
Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah. Those are like the main actors, the main villain actors.
Villain antagonists these days.
It was Nawaz, and now it's them two. And I still think you guys should hire Nawaz. Nawaz is amazing.
What's Nawaz been up to? We haven't seen anything with Nawaz in it in a while.
Here we go.
Actors I like the most are Leonardo DiCaprio. They're very natural, very spontaneous.
You don't agree with that statement?
Very natural, spontaneous. Even after 56 years being in this industry. But I'm lucky to see his performance in front of my eyes. You know, I'm spending time with him. You know? It's a wonder to feel. I can say female actresses, female actor, Julia Roberts.
Wow.
Fantastic actor.
Yes, she
can
is.
show her heart on her face.
Absolutely.
You see her performance, you can see her heart. That's a magic. She's a magical performer. Till today, no one can beat her. You have to see it to feel it. Then Jack Nicholson, marvelous actor. நம்ம சிவாஜி சாரோட டிக்ஷன் இருக்கும் அந்த இது இருக்கும் பட் ஒரு controlled performance வேற ரேஞ்ச் இதெல்லாம் ஆண்டனி ஹாப்கின்ஸ் I was told
You said Anthony Hopkins?
Marlon Brando and
Yes.
Anthony Hopkins, there are 2 actors very great in their journey, you know, in their own journey. Marlon Brando always takes prompting. Okay. And Anthony Hopkins will never take prompting.
Hopkins
Both
is
are rated
as good as it
great
gets.
actors. The
There's
point
nobody
is,
better than
Marlon
Hopkins.
Brando says, if I think what is my next line, இப்போ அதனால தான் இந்த சில நேரம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு கிளிஷே ஆக்டர்ன்றது எப்படி பிடிச்சிக்கலாம்னா இப்போ டைலாக் பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது ஒரு 4 டைலாக் வச்சுக்கோங்க. அதாவது 4 மணிக்கு நீ வந்துடணும், வரலன்னா அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன், நான் டென்ஷன் ஆகிடுவேன் அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். இது அவ்வளோதான் இல்லை வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். இப்போ வந்து 4 மணிக்கு நீ வந்துடணும். இப்போ அடுத்த லைன் அது வரலன்னா நான் யோசிக்க விட. இப்போ அதனால தான் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா அப்படி நடிக்கும்போது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 4 மணிக்கு நீ வந்துடணும், வரலன்னா அப்படி அதை குனிஞ்சு எடுத்துக்குவாங்க. என்னன்னா யோசித்துறது அந்த கேப்பில். ஸோ அதுதான் அவர் மார்லன் என்ன சொல்கிறாருன்னா, நீ அடுத்த லைன் என்னன்னு யோசித்துட்டேன்னா then you are not a good actor. You should not put effort to know your next line.
Heck no.
So it should come. It should. இப்போ நான் என்ன பேசுகிறேன், நான் யோசிச்சுட்டா பேசுகிறேன், இல்லை வந்துடுது இல்லை.
If you're thinking about your lines, you didn't do your work.
I think he was talking about Marlon Brando's wanting
I'm not going to mark
cue
my
cards.
lines.
He did.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of questionable things about Brando.
Yeah, I don't.
They keep some boards.
He has a place.
This is what Marlon.
He's not the greatest.
Anthony Hopkins, what he's saying.
Yes. I would prefer. To me, Hopkins is
He
better.
mug up all the lines and he puts
Hot
into
take.
his system. It puts into his system. He started breathing those lines.
Yep. Yes.
And he live into those lines.
Yes.
And it's already fed into his system. Now he is acting. Without his knowledge, he is getting these lines. So, point is same. I should not struggle for the next line.
Right.
One person just taking it and throwing it. Another person just within him is taking it out. So, ideology same da. These are all key things about these two actors. That's what I was told. Actually, I read about them like this. So, yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of, yeah, and it's interesting that he didn't say one Tamil actor, did he?
No.
That's interesting. He said
But
an
the
Indian
question,
actor.
the question may have been.
No, because you said
Well,
Big
he did.
B,
He said Big B.
and then there was another one in there that I don't know if he was Hindi or if he was the older actor that was put on.
But
the
two
screen.
of his favorites are two of your not so favorites.
Who are you talking about?
Caprio
Okay,
and Nicholson.
I think Leonardo DiCaprio is a great character actor. His regular stuff doesn't impress me that much. His best performance, in my opinion, is Django.
More than Gilbert Grape.
Yeah,
That's still my favorite.
I appreciate Gilbert Grape a lot, and it's
Gilbert
a great
Grape
performance.
is
No
still
doubt.
my favorite.
No doubt. Very tough performance to pull off. I agree. Who's the other one?
Jack.
I don't mind Jack. He's just Jack. He is really great at being Jack Nicholson. Just like Jeff Goldblum is really great at being Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
And I love it.
And Christopher Walken
Yes.
is great.
At being Christopher
Oh,
Walken.
man.
We love it.
There's a great behind the scenes of Catch Me If You Can. Have you seen the behind the scenes of Catch Me If You Can?
Behind the scenes, no.
And they're talking about on the day when he is saying, it's that monologue he has talking to DiCaprio, his son, and he's just telling him the story about his mom, DiCaprio's mom. And they're just, everybody on set and the director and everybody was marveling that every take was different, and that it was like the third take where he got really emotional, and he hadn't been emotional ever, and that's the one they kept. Because with Walken, as you should, if an actor is doing the same thing every single take, it's probably not working well, unless there was something specific the director said, I need you to do it exactly this way. Then you do what the director said. But there should be new life in each take. And it is a testament to how good
That's why
Walken
when
is.
you do it like 22 times, that scene 22 times, you're like, oof.
Yeah, it's difficult, but you have to be in the moment as it is and not replicate anything.
funny.
And that's the thing. Is because if you think about I need to not replicate, you're already done. You're already not acting. You're
There's a bunch of terrible,
You're in your head.
terrible things that Marlon Brando did, not
Yeah.
only as an actor but as a
person.
as well.
He was a pretty awful person.
Not a great person.
Yeah.
but he's given a lot of the greatest performances of all time. He
And-
has,
and he
and
is-
he made it work. but
He's known for, and you can't take this away from him. He took the methodology that became known as method acting that Lee Strasberg was teaching.
Yeah.
That was a big evolution from Stanislavski. He was the first actor to take that from stage and the classroom and put it on film, and everybody went, "What the hell is that?" So he is responsible for breaking that door, but someone was going to.
James Dean.
Someone was going to.
James Dean.
He came after Brando.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of old Brando.
Yeah, he came after
He just
Brando.
died really early.
Streetcar Named Desire is the movie that everybody went, "Who the hell is that?" And wow, it was so dangerous, and the word about him on set. But yeah, as a person,
Speaking of James Dean,
rip. You know that story about Dean
I know a lot of stories about Dean.
and a guy taking his picture when he got into the coffin,
Yeah.
like just before he died.
Yeah, wouldn't ever suggest the cue cards thing ever.
I've seen it done.
Except in like obviously Saturday Night Live, you kind of have to do it. Obviously, it's kind of a whole different thing.
Right, they have to read the cue cards.
I'm much more of a what S.J. Suryah was talking about. Obviously, get everything under my skin, so I don't really have to think about the lines at all. Although have you seen any of the interviews?
Have you worked with actors that have done that?
cue cards? No.
I have.
Yeah.
I've worked with someone who's. It was granted short film. He's got a lot to do, and he was doing this as a favor. But he had a little bit of a long monologue and he may not. It may take a while to memorize, and so it was cue carded.
Wild. I have seen
I don't think he cares if anyone knows. It was
lately because of their new film with Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran
Culkin.
Have you seen a lot of their interviews?
Yes. I can't wait to see the film.
One, I love their interviews because they're very different personalities.
Very different.
And very different the way they approach art.
Yeah.
And I've grown to, in certain ways, I'm very Kieran. I'm extreme, like, in his views and how he likes to approach acting.
Yeah.
He likes to almost not memorize his lines until, like, the day.
Because he's got a photographic frickin' memory.
I've always been able to...
It pissed some of the people off in succession.
I've always been able
he could do that.
Very similar to that. Like, if I needed to do that, I could do that. I don't want to. I'm not at his schedule level.
Right.
Obviously, so he's a lot.
That's part of it. He has
busier.
to do it.
Doing things all the time.
And the more you do it, the better you get at it.
But I can do that. I've always been able to memorize lines extremely fast. I just would prefer to not have to do that.
Absolutely.
Because
if you can avoid it,
then I don't have to think about it. But I've grown, even though I think he's kind of very one-dimensional as an actor. Like, he's always kind of Kieran Culkin, and I like that version. It's very similar to the other actors we were just talking about. I like his approach to art and acting. He's very, very humble, as opposed to, I think, certain people take it way too seriously, art and acting. In a certain level, you should take it seriously, obviously. I'm not saying don't, like, take your job seriously and love what you do. But certain people go to the extreme of, like, bro, it's not as important as you're making it.
Right. It's like, what we're doing is the most important thing in the world. No.
And I'm like, come on, bro. No. We're acting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see a real pain.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, that was fun. It's cool to see people's favorite actors.
Yeah.
Really interesting. We'd love to talk to S.J. Suryah. I think he'd be an interesting person to talk to.
Sure would.
He has a great voice, by the way. Very unique voice. And probably why he works so much as well.
Sure.
And he's a really good
actor. And he's a very good actor. Camera likes him.
Yeah.
He's believable all the time.
But anyways, let us know his next film that we should watch, and who are your favorite actors besides us?
Besides us, yeah.
Down below.
Just